Hello and welcome to a gaming review with Special Agent 45. I'm Special Agent 45 and this is my review of Stranded Deep. Now I saw Stranded Deep on the Epic Games Store 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was free. It was early access, but it was also free. They have a free game each week, and that week it was Stranded Deep. Now the description of the game is as follows. Take the role of a plane crash survivor stranded somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. Come face to face with some of the most life-threatening scenarios that will result in a different experience each time you play. Scavenge, discover, survive. Okay, now this alone made it sound pretty interesting to me. Now I think I've picked up most of the free games that Epic Games has had since about March. I think since they started having, I don't know if they've always done it or not, but since about March. And I've only been disappointed in a couple of games, and I think there's only one game that I flat out skipped. But this one, grabbed it up, and I would say either that day or the next day, I decided, you know, let's try it out because it looks super interesting. It's survival, and it's survive. So I loaded it up, and it starts off with you're in a plane. Looks like I would call it a commuter jet, maybe something a little smaller. It's just you, and there's an accident. You crash into the water, and then you gotta make your way to this island, and you start trying to survive. And you start off with, you know, a raft. The raft has bandages, compass, and some rations. I think you get a couple of packs of rations. And then, you know, you get into a tutorial where it starts to, you know, it tells you, you know, what to find, and you have a crafting menu. It tells you how to make these things. And it was a lot of fun, you know. I was playing it for a while. I think my first session was about 3 hours. After about 3 hours of playing this game, I go to shut it down, and I realize this game is a lot like Minecraft in that you craft tools, you craft a shelter or a house, and you need to eat. So you either gotta craft weapons and then hunt food, or you gotta eat rations. But rations aren't unlimited, so you're gonna have to eventually start killing things. It has a day-night cycle as well, just like Minecraft. And I would say that's probably where the similarities stop. It can be considered unlimited resources, but not exactly, because you do crash land you are on an island, and there are other islands around, so depending on how long you want to survive, then yeah, you could probably play the game indefinitely by just island hopping, getting resources, bringing them back to a main island, and then just building out, and then just continually capturing food and things like that. So that, again, that's where the similarities with Minecraft end. Now, like I said, it has the day-night cycle. Where it parts from Minecraft is that at night, monsters don't appear. You don't see creepers, you don't see zombies, you don't see skeletons, nothing like that. There are creatures, there are hogs or boars, there's plenty of fish, there's crabs. When you first start off on your main island, you only run into, I believe, crabs and fish, and bats and birds. Bats at night, birds during the day. As soon as you leave that island, at least as far as I can tell, that's when you start to run into the boars. There's also giant crabs, and then there's snakes. And it also seems that the more islands, the further away you get from your starting island, the more snakes you'll encounter. I think probably up to 2. So I played this game for, well, let's see here. I think the last time I loaded it, I was on day 42 of survival. I probably played it several hours a day for about a week. And one of the things I remember reading on the website or in the store was that you can go after, there's 3 main monsters in the game that you can attack, and you can put them up as trophies in your survival area, or whatever it's called. One's a megalodon, so giant shark. The other one is a giant squid, and in fact I believe you see the squid's tentacles in the trailer for the game. And the third one, I'm trying to remember what the third one. Okay, I can't remember what the third one was, but there's basically 3 main monsters to the game, and they also show that you can, they also say you can escape. So again, unlike Minecraft is just kind of a continuous world. It just goes on and on and on. It can go on as long as you want it to go on. In this game, there is a possibility of escaping. And after I played the game for about a week, I decided, I wonder if anybody's done a speed run. And in the meantime, I'd been looking at the wiki articles and some of the some other gaming sites, because I was trying to figure out how to build certain things. I was having some troubles here and there. The Wikipedia articles on it are super fun to read, as are all the gaming articles. So I was having a lot of fun playing it, and I decided I wanted to go see if and also by this time I had found out that this was a game on, I think, PlayStation, might be Xbox, but the early access is for PC gaming. So a lot of the things in the Wikipedia articles applied to the consoles, but had changed for the PC. So anyway, I decided to go on YouTube and search for a speed run, and I found a video where a guy had done the whole game in, I think, 3 hours and 5 minutes or something crazy like that. So now I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched it, and I kind of skipped through, and he or she, they exploited a couple of bugs. Apparently there's a bug in the game where you can make a raft, and then you can pick something up and hold it and then use that object. And you can do this in the game. You can use that object to push another object. So what this person did, they used kindling to get on the raft, and then they could push against the front of the raft and run, because you can also do that in the game. You can run. And similar to Minecraft, when you run, there's a speed bar that comes up, so you can't run unlimited speed forever. I think that's similar to Minecraft. Unlike in Minecraft, the running doesn't seem to lower your food and your water, or your health, the way it does in Minecraft. In fact, let's go back and talk about some of the other similarities with Minecraft. Minecraft has a food bar. It has, when you go underwater, it has an oxygen bar. It has a health meter. So you have, in Stranded Deep, you have a food meter, you have a water meter. Those are the 2 similar things. Now, unlike Minecraft, where you can walk around all day long during the daylight phase of the game without any harm, in Stranded Deep, you can actually get a sunburn. So there's what's called an SPF bar, and then there's a general health bar, and I think that's actually similar to Minecraft. It's the water bar that's different. You want all these bars to be as full as possible, obviously. So if you eat, once you have your food up to, I think you have to have it up to all the bars full, except for the last one can be empty. Same thing with water. Then your health will, if you've lost health, your health will start to regenerate. But I mentioned snakes before. You can get bitten by a snake, and then you have to make antidote. And if you don't make the antidote, then you slowly lose health. Also, unlike Minecraft, in Minecraft you can kill a cow and you can eat that beef raw. You don't gain as much health as if you cook it, but you don't lose any health, at least in all the times I've played. In Stranded Deep, you have to cook all your food. If you don't cook your food, you will it's gross. I don't know that you won't get poisoned or anything like that, but it's gross. Your character reacts accordingly. So let's go back to the speedrun for a minute. So the person obviously exploits a way of moving faster without having to make an engine, which is something you can make, and you can fuel it. They get, and then I noticed that they were basically going after the 3 big monsters, and I'm trying to figure out why, but I'm watching them do it, and I'm seeing the tactics that they're using. They kill all the monsters, they get to the airplane, and each time they kill a monster, it unlocks the ability to repair part of something. And I'm thinking that's kind of weird, because up until that point of the game, you can, when you unlock a new skill, it's because you've been building something. So when you, like if you build enough things in the crafting menu, you unlock other more complicated things until you can pretty much build anything that you need to build. So it didn't really make sense to me how killing a monster allows you to repair an airplane. So the person gets to the airplane, and they repair the airplane, and they get all the rations and everything that you can get. They get in the airplane, and I'm thinking, I'm watching this, and I'm like, oh, cool. I want to see this ending. How awesome is this going to be? You escape the island. They're showing the, you fly off this. It's on an aircraft carrier. It basically looks like a World War I style aircraft carrier. It's got that kind of catapult system on it. Plane takes off, flies for a little while, and then cuts to black. It says 3 hours later. Screen comes back up, and you're still flying along, and then suddenly something flashes by the screen, and next thing you know, you're back in what I call the commuter jet, and an accident has happened again. And then it cuts to the title of the game and says Stranded Deep. It took me a little while to understand what had happened. I was like, wait, did you crash? I actually had to step through the video to notice the other plane that you end up hitting. But at that point, I thought to myself, what a cop-out. What, in my opinion, what a lame ending. That you're in an airplane accident, you crash land in the water, you survive on an island or islands, you beat all these monsters, which I don't really, in my opinion, beating the monsters shouldn't be a requirement for finding the airplane and escaping and surviving. But you do that, you get in the airplane, you take off, and then you crash again. So the whole story behind the game is that someone crashed into your plane, and then you survive, and then you end up crashing into another plane, and now that person's, so it's kind of like a never-ending loop. Again, I thought the ending was poor. I thought, it was almost like they wanted to come up with an ending, but they couldn't think of anything, so they kind of tacked it on, and maybe that's not the case. I thought the ending was bad. And after watching the video, I was I was disappointed, because I was having a lot of fun playing the game, and I was working my way toward making a better raft so that I could explore the islands more and eventually get to, I knew there was an ending in the aircraft carrier. I knew there was a plane already there, because it's described in the Wikipedia articles on it, or I shouldn't say Wikipedia, but the game wikis on it. I didn't expect that I would have to, because I actually did. I went to find the aircraft carrier after this, and you can actually look. There's an in-game feature called Cartographer, I believe. So you can look at a map, and you can see, they have the 3 mystery. They're all called mystery, but there's 4 mysteries marked out, but you can see the aircraft carrier's shape, and the other ones are just marked out as some kind of a star shape on them. So I wanted to find out, can I just end the game by finding that aircraft carrier? And you find it, and you get the checklist just like I saw in the speed run, but I couldn't do anything to it because I hadn't unlocked those repairs, and you can't unlock those repairs without first defeating the monsters, and I didn't really want to do that. I didn't play the game, again, I saw those things on the wiki articles, but I was just like, well, I don't really want to do that. I'm not really interested in the trophies. I just want to survive on the island and then try to escape, because that's what seemed like was the ending. So, but apparently you have to go fight these monsters. I guess my final thoughts are on this is that if you wanna play a survival game and you wanna fight monsters, then this is probably a great game for you. If you wanna play a survival game and just work your way toward an escape, this is not a great game for you, and you probably won't like it. At least for me, especially, you won't like the end, because I thought the ending was just bad. I think it would have been a better ending if you took off, and then 3 hours later or whatever, then you see an island off in the distance, a larger island or something off in the distance, and you land, there maybe you see some cities and you land, and then maybe there's a cut scene where, because you can see yourself at times in the game. I'm pretty sure I remember being able to see myself somehow. And I think it would have been cool if there was a cutscene where you are, I guess, essentially rescued. But there's none of that. So, yeah, anyway, I mean, I give this game, I would say 5 out of 10. If I had not known about the ending before the speed, I'm glad I watched the speed run, but I'm also not glad because I was having a lot of fun with it. But I am glad that I watched it because now I know what the ending is like, and now I know I don't want to spend that much time on a game and have a really bad ending. So I mean, I haven't played it in, I think it's been several days since I played it. I was playing it for a little while each night. It's been several days, and I'm probably not going to go back to it just because I don't like that ending. I don't, and in fact, I haven't played Minecraft. And my kids play Minecraft all the time. I played Minecraft probably about a year ago, and I enjoyed the open world aspect of it. You can build anything you want, but I also appreciate a game that has an ending. So if you're into games that are never ending and you don't care about the ending, then Stranded Deep is probably a great game for you. The graphics are really good. It doesn't have that, it's not a bunch of blocks like Minecraft is, and you don't have to continuously island hop. I mean, not really. All you have to do, once you get certain things put into place, you can pretty much survive on one island. I mean, you can go back and forth to the nearest islands to you and get supplies as necessary to continuously build up things, and you can just keep playing the game like that as well. It's just, that wasn't my goal. My goal was the whole escape thing. When I saw that it's not just necessarily about survival, but you can escape, then, oh, okay, cool, I want to play this game and see if I can survive long enough to escape. So anyway, I think that's all I have to say about the game. Again, I would say I give it about a 5 out of 10. So let me know what you think of Stranded Deep in the comments below, whether you've played it or not. If you liked this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified of future videos. And we'll see you in the next one.